Let's introduce you to our starting goaltenders in this matchup between the Chicago Cougars and the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings. First for the visitors, Ian Clifford, the 2000 birth year out of Cary, North Carolina. 5'9", 161. Last played for the Louisiana Drillers. We already mentioned his numbers: 3-2-1 on the season, .263 goals against average, and a .911 save percentage for Ian Clifford. On the other side, for the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings, Drake will go in net. His sixth start of the season. He is 3-2 on the season. Best numbers of any goaltender so far: 169 goals against average, 942 save percentage, and 1 shutout. Bradshaw also wearing number 1 out of Lapeer, Michigan, 6'2", 174 out of Cranbrook, Kingswood. As we had said, we're going to be watching some new players on either side. The defensemen are going to be the ones to watch. The Latvians coming into town here. Harold Jurgens out of Riga for the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings. And on the other side, it will be the new defenseman for the Chicago Cougars, number 25, David Jurgens. He's a 99, last playing with the Lansing Wolves. So pretty familiar with this level, this area of hockey. Of course, Lansing last year playing in the NA3, now moving over here to the USPHL this season in the Great Lakes Division. Well, Riverkings looking to avenge themselves a little bit from last week. The Chicago Cougars coming off of their last 3 games played against the Decatur Blaze. And they were 3 straight wins. Thursday, November the 15th, a 6-1 win over the Blaze, a 4-1 win on Friday, November 30th, and a 3-1 win by the Cougars over the Blaze on Saturday, December the 1st. After this weekend set here in Wisconsin Rapids, more Decatur for Chicago. I got a fever, and the only prescription is more Decatur. It will be the Blaze again on the 14th and the 15th, but that time it will be down at the Decatur Civic Center. Coming up next for the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings, they will get ready very soon for the showcase. They'll take on the Steele County Blades next weekend right here at the Southwood County Rec Center. And then they get a showcase game that's not at the showcase. They get to play the Ducks at Poppy Waterman before heading down to Chicago to take on Motor City and Decatur as part of the showcase. It looks like they're going to get the Ducks down there as well, so they might actually have the Ducks twice on the weekend. A bit of an unknown opponent here for the Riverkings. As we said, this is an interdivisional matchup. These two teams have yet to face each other this season. They've crossed paths. They've had common opponents. And, of course, there is some ownership between these two teams that is very familiar. So we will see how they face off here tonight. It'll be the Cougars wearing the green with the yellow trim going from right to left across your computer screen and mobile device. And the Riverkings attacking down the right-hand side here in period number 1 as we are underway. We thank you for joining us here on Hockey TV and Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Right in on Drake Bradshaw, who will take the cover just 14 seconds in. Changes on that top line for the Chicago Cougars as Kevin Crawley comes over. As we said last year, he did play for the Tri-City Ice Hawks, the OCN Blizzard of the MJHL this season. For Crawley, 1 goal and 2 assists in 16 games for Crawley. Some Canadian junior hockey. There's a shot by Ian McCullum right off of the face-off, and it ends up sailing wide. He'll be pressured by Adam Peterson, and it's deposited back down low by the Chicago Cougars. One thing we will be keeping our eye on this evening, only 4 defensemen listed for the Cougars. They do have 2 extra forwards, however. We'll see if anybody slips back on defense, tries to help out back on the blue line. Pass back ahead for Peterson, and now he's one-on-one with the defender, has some help catching up. It's Timo E. Peterson going to feed it that way, doesn't get it through now, throws it back out in front, and the puck will go harmlessly over to the far side wall. Good idea there by Peterson. Nice defensive play by John Vandervalk, number 2 for the Chicago Cougars, a former Wisconsin Whaler. Here comes Crawley back to pick up the puck now for the Cougars, trying to find the exit. It's turned over, And just outside the line, apparently Edwards intercepted the puck. That was very close. And I say that because we had people up here shaking their heads that they didn't think that was offside. Nevertheless, the face-off coming up just outside of the Chicago Cougar end. Line of Edwards, Stevenson, and Rich Young out for Marty Quarters in the Riverkings. It's been a very good line, providing some nice secondary scoring to complement that top line. Stevenson having a nice weekend on the road against the Minnesota Blue Hawks. There's a shot, that one deflected wide. Chase McKenzie jumping up. Young going to pick it up off of the wall. Tried the shot, might have been looking for the pass. Ends up going wide. Stevenson, he's speedy, number 17 for the Riverkings. Back over to this side, Alec Mahoney flipping it up. McKenzie able to hold it in at the line. As there was a bump there by Tristan Hillebert, number 21, and now back the other way. This is Marquette working in, and then he goes right in on goal. Covers up Bradshaw as Bradshaw covers up the puck. Some pretty speedy players on either side. Cody Marquette, number 88 out of Fenton, Missouri, a former Chesterfield Falcon. 6 foot 150. I was kind of hoping we would get a look at Keegan Wise in net tonight, and only because I am very curious. He is listed at 5'9", 120. Yeah. Be interesting to see 120 pounds of goaltender out there. I wonder if that's a misprint. Flung right back in. It'll be picked back up. I can't remember when I was 120, maybe like third grade. Flip back around now, and then poke back toward the line. Some people just have better metabolism than I do, I suppose. Now retrieved back by number 20 for the Riverkings again. That is Evan Erdman, a new addition to the lineup. Here's Thomas Kirchnock across the line with a shot. Ends up getting deflected wide. Back behind, picked up by Luke Milius. Milius to the line for Jordan Steer. His wrist shot deflects off of a skate back over toward the far side. Fleming able to hold it in. Back down low by Kirchnock. Milius getting bumped by Del Brasini. That one deflects back over toward the near side, and it's out to center where Jordan Steer is harassed and it's poked away, but picked back up by Carson Bayoff. He's chased by Del Brasini, picked back up by the Riverkings. Zach Michelli now on the ice, number 11. Knocked down at center by McCollum, and he's just going to play it back to his defense. Sent out to center, picked back up by number 97 for the Cougars, Alexander Arnold out of Lafayette, Indiana. 3 minutes into the contest, scoreless so far. First meeting of the season between the Riverkings and the Chicago Cougars. First on the weekend, they will face off again tomorrow at 7. Deflected back now, Steer wrapping back over to this side. Zach Michelli, a chance for a 3-on-2 back the other way. Lost the handle on the puck, plays it back ahead for Bayoff. Puck will be flipped down where it's taken by Vandervalk, and he is harassed by Tanner, the Alaskan. Trying to put the bump in on the forecheck. Cougars back to work. Arnold flipping it out to center. Marquette able to help that one all the way back down into the offensive zone. Or Bradshaw just wraps back toward the point. Here's Mahoney off of the bench. Catches up to the loose puck. Files it back down low for Marquette. A big collision there. Mahoney using that frame to knock McKenzie off of the puck. Threw it back through the middle. Nobody there. Now another shot from Vandervalk, and that one's deflected wide. Tristan Hillebert down low looking for Marquette, but Mahoney was there. Turns it over to Hartley with a chance to work it up the far side wall. Here's Hartley bodying his man away, able to play it back out to center. Taken on by the Riverkings and flipped back toward the near side corner. Kurt Lepak, number 12. Deflecting that one off of the back wall and then worked up the far side. Now back over to the near side as the Cougars got cut off. Jurgens there, able to play it back down low. A bouncing puck out at center, retrieved by Erdman and sent back into the Cougar zone. Here's Vandervalk. Mahoney will flip it back out to center, and Jurgens will chase the puck back down into his own end. Both teams making some changes. Wrapped around Ricky Jones. Watches Timo E just deflect that one right back in into Chicago Cougar territory. Here's Jones. Almost turns it over. In fact, he does, but Edwards on the wrong side of the blue line. Once he was able to handle that puck, Jones trying to atone for the turnover. Does. Ends up ripping the puck away and sends it back in. Here's McCollum. Bumped. Jones there. Edwards there as well for the Riverkings. Trying to wrap back over to the far side. Braden Heminger, the top scorer, sends that one in, and then it's deflected just wide by McCollum. Here's Crowley with it again. Steer gets tied up by McCollum. Raymond Fleming back over for Steer. Little time, a little space, and he'll clear it back out to center. Peterson trying to chase it down. Goes down to no icing. Young rips it away. Now takes a look out front. Will find Steer at the point on the near side. Steer right back for Young. Knocked away by Heminger. He'll deflect it back out to center. Stevenson right into the equipment of number 18, Tom Rucala, who ends up sending it back in. Cougars getting aggressive on the forecheck. Fleming flipping it back ahead for Young. It'll be chased back down by Yernox, as that one is up on the side of the net. And it'll be covered up by Clifford. Nice pace so far in this contest. Not seeing much as far as the shots on goal is concerned. Only one aside, as we are scoreless nearly 6 minutes into this contest. Teams maybe testing the temperature against one another early on. You'll see that quite a bit out of teams that see each other much. Milius looking to flip that on for number 16, Bradley McDonald. Back for Milius. Picks it up on the backhand. Swings it back to the forehand. Back behind now, looking for a little help out. Arnold will step into him. And it is poked right back down low. Knocked away. Yerdox back to the line. McKenzie. He gets bumped by Marquette. Good recovery there by McKenzie, and he needed to take that offside. Otherwise, the Cougars might have been racing back the other way. Well, in talking to Johnny Schwartz a little earlier on, he said that this Chicago Cougar team, led by Schwartz and Brad Stokers as the head coach, we're working on some new products tonight as far as the breakout and the forecheck were concerned. So we'll see if it ends up paying dividends here. Jurgens flipping it right back in. It is intercepted by the Cougars, and the pass ahead is out of the reach of number 77, Connor Quinn. And all the way down for an icing. As I said, the Cougars, USPHL Premier Midwest East, trailing the Motor City Hockey Club, who have a total of 8 games in hand. So Cougars certainly have a lot of time to try to make up the points that they're trailing now, down 13 in the standings, but not an easy schedule to try to do it. Back down low, here's Krieger, centering pass, almost connected with Timo E, and just missed it. On the other side, the Riverkings having a bit of a tough weekend last weekend against the Blue Ox, but they're going to have some time, and they will welcome the Blue Ox here to the Southwood County Rec Center a little bit later on this season. Getting a lot of the road games out of the way early on. Now here's Krieger centering, pass out in front. Good back check there by Kurt Lepak, able to knock it away. Here's Vanderbilt. Working up the boards, will pass it ahead. Fleming able to knock it away. Turns it back over to Lepak, trying to steam through traffic. Turn it over to Steer. Now Mahoney helps the puck back into the offensive zone. Cougars needed a tag up. Picked back up by Steer, and he swings it over for Fleming. Fleming ahead, looking for Peterson. Deflected on to Vanderbilt. He returns it right back to McCollum. And into the offensive zone, the Cougars will chase on the forecheck. Here's Heminger. Looking to knock it away from Rich Young. Won't be able to do that. Fleming back over to his defense partner, Steer. R.J. Jones there, looking to knock it away. Now Marquette has it. Just lost the handle on the puck as he worked through the slot area. Fleming picks it up, and now he races back out to center. Heminger tracking all the way back. We're going to get a penalty here, and it's a cross-check coming to the Cougars. So Marquette coming back on the back check just outside of his own blue line. Got 2 hands on the stick, chopped down the Riverkings player, and it ends up resulting in a first power play for Wisconsin Rapids. And I would love to give you the power play stats, but unfortunately, if you look at the USPHL website, there are teams at 96% and teams at 2%. So I'm guessing they're not too accurate. As it is flipped back out to center and down by the Cougars. And by the way, if those 96 percentiles on the power play are accurate, congratulations to those teams, because that is an excellent power play. Here's Edwards. Racing across the line now. Edwards setting up, passes in front, and Young just chopped it wide. Wrapped back toward the point area. Hartley now looking to settle things down. Hartley over for McKenzie. Hartley, the lone left-handed shot back on the blue line that works the power play. Here is Hartley with it again. Giving off now for Edwards. Edwards pass across, just missed McKenzie. He'll pick it back up at the point now. Swings over to Hartley here on the near side. Down to Edwards at the circle. Returns to Hartley near side. 47 seconds into the power play now. Here's Edwards walking in. Fires the shot. The save is made by Clifford. First good save of the contest. Here's Edwards. Edwards now walking off the wall. Gives it off for Hartley. Hartley surveying options. He'll walk the line. Swings it back up to the side. Edwards stepping in. Passes out in front. Just missed the deflection from Young. Back behind here. Stevenson swinging over to the near side. Stevenson will switch with Edwards. Gives back to Hartley. Left-handed shot working the blue line. Hartley fires the shot. Deflected by LaPoc. Off of the back wall, picked up by Vandervalk and backhanded out to center. Good job by that Cougar penalty kill, keeping things to the perimeter as the Riverkings try to race it back the other way. Ripped away by Hilbert and cleared. Down to 25 seconds on the power play. 10:29 left here in a scoreless first period. Picked back up by Steer. He'll pass it across now for Fleming. Two right-handed shots. As that one comes in on Clifford off of the carom. Bit of a tricky puck there, and it is cleared back out by the Cougars once again. Bradshaw just touches it back for Steer. That'll do it for the power play. So the Riverkings get a couple of good looks, but nothing too threatening on that first man advantage. Fleming across the line at his pocket pick. Marquette is back out. Arnold unable to feed him as the Riverkings come swarming back and rip the puck away. Fleming over to this side for Steer with a pass back ahead. Nice pass on for E. Back behind the D now. We'll find Peterson with a shot to save made. Clifford trying to cover up the rebound. Peterson knocked it away. Cleared back up by number 23, Valentin Laportiere. Deflected on that one. Might have got Marquette. He's going to come out and win that race. Bradshaw wisely just knocked the puck back to the wall. Here's Clifford. Touching it back on now for Laportiere. His pass a little too hot to handle for Mahoney. McDonald ripped it away. Kirchnock comes running in on the forecheck. Going to be back to the line now. And here's Jurgens. Jurgens swinging it across over for Erdman. His shot deflected. That one sails wide. Kirchnock picking it back into the corner. Trying to fan it on for Jurgens. He gets knocked down by Delbrasini. And it's flipped back out to center. McDonald flagged it down. Delbrasini touching on it. Now here comes Quinn. Into the line. Lost the handle. Milius pulls the puck away. R.J. Jones out of the ice for the Cougars. Has it once again. On for number 10, Michael Schutten. Bayoff for Hartley. 8 minutes, 34 seconds left here in this first period of play. Riverkings and Cougars, 2 on the weekend. Scoreless so far. It'll be Vandervalk chasing it back down as Crawley with. Feeds it over to this side. Crawley back up the wall. Near side is open, but McKelly cuts it off, and now that puck is loose. Knocked away nice by Jones. Quinn comes back out to neutral and then has his pocket pick. Able to get it back down low, but on the wrong side of the red line, that's going to be icing. 8:09 remaining here in the first period. Shots on goal now at 5-1 in favor of the Riverkings. Kind of start to feel a little bit of the sense that these teams are looking to impose their will, but neither really able to do so right now. Riverkings trying to use that physicality. This one's flipped back out. Now a chance for a 2-on-0 pass in front. Shot just wide. Jones was wide open. Stevenson was off to the races if they would have got it through. Shot got blocked now over to this side, and now Stevenson will have his opportunity. 3-on-2. Jared Stevenson in. Has it knocked away. Heminger comes back and pokes it toward the corner. Excellent defensive play there by the top scorer for the Cougars. Here is Steer. In over the line and offside. Well, just before fourth, I was going to say the Riverkings were trying to impose their will with some physicality on the forecheck. And then suddenly both of these teams just decide to turn it into a track meet. Back and forth either way. How about the Cougars right off of that face-off? They really caught the Riverkings flat-footed there. Some speedy players on that. We'll have to be very aware of that. Here's Mahoney. Back up the wall. Steer was waiting. Didn't make it there, though, and now Krieger picks it up. Krieger got fouled, and another penalty coming up here. Here's Steer. walking toward the top of the circle, now down into the corner. It'll be Peterson back behind. Extra attacker is out for the Riverkings. It's Rich Young. Here's Fleming, just able to hold it in. Now Steers got some space. He'll walk in. Passes on. E with a shot. Doesn't make it through. Rebound chance. That one right under the goaltender, Clifford, and the whistle blows. Excellent movement there by the Riverkings with the extra man out. Clifford able to hold the line, and we'll see a penalty here to Mahoney. Got the stick in on the hands of Steers, so it'll be power play number 2 coming up here for the Riverkings, now with 7:04 remaining in the period. And the good news for the Riverkings here is they will have the chance to send out that top line to start off the power play. Krieger, Peterson, and Timo E. As that one is chopped back out of the face-off. The Cougars have been doing pretty good in the dot so far. Heminger working in on the forecheck as Steers steps back out to the slot area and gives off for Fleming with a pass across. Timo E. across the line has Krieger trailing. He's going to spin back, actually falls down, played back to the line. Steer was there. Feeling some pressure from Heminger. Peterson able to pluck it off of the wall. Trying to feed it through. Bouncing puck taken by the Cougars and cleared. Right in on Bradshaw, who will just dish it back off. Touchdown for Krieger. Out of neutral, he passes off for Timo E. across the line. Stops up at the top of the circle. Gives it back to Steer. Working over to his right-hand side. Gives down for Cole Krieger. Couple of moves as he dips back toward the point area. Finds Fleming, just able to hold that one in. Peterson can't catch up to it, and it's cleared by the Cougars again. That takes care of the first minute of the power play. Fleming passing on, finds Peterson with a shot. The save made by Clifford, and he will hold on. Peterson able to find a little bit of space there at the end of his shift. And that is one player you don't want to give that much space to inside the dots. Peterson, who has scored 74 goals in his Riverkings career, almost at number 75 there. Here's Stevenson with that speed, able to go back over toward the far side circle. McKenzie for Jesse Edwards. Edwards right back to McKenzie. Fakes his shot, gives over to the side. Hartley walks in, his shot kicked aside. Here's Hartley again. He gets run into by number 9, Timothy Laskowski. As a pass across, Young was right there and just missed as it's flipped back to the line, and the puck will elude Hartley. What a beautiful setup there from Jesse Edwards as he had Rich Young at the post on the near side. Young just missed, chopping that one home. 15 seconds left in the power play. To be Edwards up the near side. Get around Slingerland for Young, and that puck will bounce away from him, and it's cleared back out by the Cougars again. Fresh 4 out for Brad Stofers and the Cougars. Mahoney out of the box, so make it a fresh 5. Now to 5 minutes remaining here in this first period of play. We stay scoreless. Pass back out to center now. Here comes Rich Young. 2-on-2 across the line. Trying to change the angle. Lost the puck. Picked back up by Alexander Arnold. Arnold delays. Almost turned it over to Young. Gets the puck back though. Still harassed by Stevenson. Passes toward the line. Shooting back in to the offensive zone for the Cougars. Erdman wrapping toward the point area. Young is there again, and he's got Milius if he can feed him, and he does, but Milius has it bounce away. Clifford will wrap it back toward the point area. Out to center McCollum. Nice pass on, trying to connect with Arnold. Won't be able to get it to you, though. Jurgens knocked it away, but here's McCollum again. McCollum trying to win a battle there along the wall. Penalty coming up as Kirchnock got the free hand on to number 6. And we'll get our first look at the Cougar power play with 4:52 left in the first. Well, Kirchnock just kind of taking his hand off of his stick and giving a little shot to McCollum there after the turnover, and that ends up being enough. Cougars will send out Quinn Marquette, R.J. Jones, Heminger, and Lepak. So technically, 5 forwards out there. Marquette is listed as a defenseman on the Cougar roster, but he's been playing forward for most of the year. With that being said, having two forwards back in the blue line, watch out for the Riverkings to try to go back the other way. And here comes Adam Peterson in shorthanded. Peterson with a move is denied by Clifford. Nice glove save. I get nervous anytime I see two forwards back on the blue line during a power play, and there you see why, as Peterson almost turned it back shorthanded. Here's Heminger. Carries it over the line, deflected away, and that one back out to center, and here comes Adam Peterson chasing Kurt Lepak once again. Lepak just flips that one up and out of play. In the NHL, that would be a penalty. In the USPHL, it is not. However, the Cougars will not be able to change. Shouldn't be able to change, but there they change. I don't know. You know, when I announce stuff at the racetrack and then it doesn't happen, I always say the announcer's the last to know. Very unofficial, so don't always listen to me. Sometimes I'm right. That time I wasn't. Here comes Hilbert across the line, and he'll just deflect that one back in. Still a minute 15 left on the power play for the Cougars. Del Brasini now manning the point on the near side as the Cougars work that side. Here is Oscar Del Brasini. Hilbert walking in, takes the shot, and Bradshaw just watches that one go right into the catcher, and he hangs on. 3 minutes, 55 seconds left here in the first. Shots on goal, 9-4 in favor of the Riverkings. Scoreboard favors no one. Still zeros on the board. Face off to the right-hand side of Drake Bradshaw. To be Hilbert to take it. Ends up winning it, but Edwards slips it back to the line, and now look out because here comes Stevenson with speed. Another shorthanded opportunity. Stevenson in. Save made by Clifford once again with the glove. Two glorious chances on this power play, but they've been shorthanded chances for the Riverkings. And again, you see that speed and a couple of players back there that aren't technically defensemen. Another five-forward power play out there for the Chicago Cougars. Here's Del Brasini. Across the line, just able to get back on side was McCollum. Played back down low to be McKenzie. Finds some space and clears. That'll leave 35 seconds on the power play as Vandervault comes out. He is a defenseman, manning the point number 2 for the Cougars. Dishes back for McCollum. Finds some space up the near side. McCollum ran out of time, so he flips it back in, hoping for Arnold. Hartley intercepts the puck. Lepak is there. Hilbert coming to help out. McCollum there as well. Picked back up by Arnold. He'll spin away from McKenzie. Again at the bottom of the circle. The point for McCollum. 8 seconds left on the power play. McCollum with a shot through traffic. Missed the target. Ends up ramping up out of play. And I think we're going to see that face-off stay. Will it stay inside? Might have been deflected. And it looks like it will with just 3 seconds left on the power play for the Cougars. Down to 2:55 left here in the first period. It's been a good one so far from the Southwood County Rec Center. Heminger, Jones, Crowley, Marquette in the zone. Laporte outside of the zone right now. He's got to watch the player coming out of the box. Now here's Jurgens with a pass ahead. Finds Peterson. He's got space. He's got Krieger breaking in the net. Feeds a backhander. What a save made. And the net comes off of the Warnings as Clifford gets across and shrugs that puck off target. Excellent movement there by Ian Clifford, pushing off from left to right as Krieger somehow got a backhander up. It was on target, but Clifford comes up with maybe his best stop of the contest so far. Riverkings with 30 very nice chances over the last 2 minutes and change. Here's Krieger, clean face-off win. Jurgens with a shot save made, and then the rebound poked back out, still loose, and then spun back to the corner by Timo E. And Clifford put himself in a little bit of danger there as he poked that rebound right back out to the slot. Here's Jones. Back over toward the far side. Pocket pick by Peterson. Picked back up by Crawley. Swung over to this side for Vanderbilt. 2 1/4 left in the period. Shot on, deflected by Jurgens. And then he'll just poke it to the corner. Peterson looking for a little bit of help. Able to find Krieger. Vandervalk on the intercept, and a good thing for him. Otherwise, Timo E was back by the defense. Fed back up to this side. He trying to slow that puck down. A little too hot to handle. And it's back into the offensive zone for the Riverkings, but Vandervalk is there. Sent back in by Laskowski. Bradshaw ushers the puck to the corner. Now a pass back on, shooting off of the bench. His shot gets blocked, and here comes Jared Stevenson. Swung over to this side for Rich Young. Had to knock it away from Quinn. Stevenson getting tied up. Up the near side, Quinn edges his man up at the puck, but gets cut off by Edwards. Edwards back toward the corner. Young is there. Helps it around for Stevenson over the far side. He locates Fleming at the point, walking over the wall, and brings it back down low. Rich Young to it first for the Riverkings. Young able to step back out in front, passes off. Edwards with a shot, and that one hit the post. Through a ton of traffic, Edwards just missing the target. Clifford gets bailed out by the iron there. In on Vandervalk now. Swings it back ahead. Nobody there. Both teams making some changes. The puck will go all the way down, and that will be icing. Well, there you see the forechecking pressure of the Riverkings causing some issues for the Cougars. As Young just weighted that puck back behind, had all kinds of space to step back out. Decided not to shoot, passed it off for Edwards. Edwards just missed. Laskowski will have to step in to take the face off. He was trying to play it in on net right off of the draw. McKenzie pinches in, holds in. Vandervalk back around. McKenzie picks it back up. McKenzie passing off now with a pass. And that one off of the side of the net for Peterson as the net comes off of the moorings again. Excellent puck movement that time. McKenzie stayed in, played that puck. I didn't see who the Cougar forward was, but he evacuated his own. Been trying to change. And that gave the Riverkings a little extra advantage to work that puck free. Peterson at the side of the net who just missed. Wrap back over to this side. Krieger to it first for the Riverkings. Top line stays out. Here's Peterson. Swings a shot. Gets blocked. Bouncing puck. Knocked out to center by McCollum. Peterson had to let it go. Otherwise, he would have been offside. Picked back up by the Cougars. Nice pass on from Marcotte across the line. Marcotte trying to step around the defender. Won't be able to do it. A 2-for-1 there by the new River King, Evan Erdman. Stops the Chicago attack right in its tracks. Flip back in by the Cougars. Jurgens will tie up his man. Chips back toward the line. Jones trying to swing it on net one final time. McCollum shoots it wide. Wrapped around the dasher toward the point. And that'll do it. First period in the history books here from the Southwood County Rec Center. And we are scoreless in this one. Welcome back, everyone. Just about set to begin the second period play here from the Southwood County Rec Center. First meeting of the season between the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings and the Chicago Cougars. Scoreless after the first 20 minutes of play. Shots on goal 14-5 in favor of the Riverkings. Matt Panyard joining you here on Hockey TV and Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Let's take a quick look around the USPHL Premier Midwest West, both the East and the West. Right now, the Midwest Blackbirds with a 1-0 lead over the Tri-City IceHawks. 20 minutes remaining in the second period, so just about set to start the second period there as well. The Decatur Blaze with a 1-0 lead over the Detroit Fighting Irish. That one into the second period. The Minnesota Moose all over the Casson Vipers after the first period of play. A 4-0 Moose lead at the Fogarty Ice House. The Huts Havoc with a slim lead, 2-1 over the Minnesota Mullets. That one just about set to begin the second period. And then at Coon River, upset brewing there. The Rum River Mallards with a 1-0 lead over. We've seen, and the River Kings fans would know, that the Blue Hawks never really seem to be out of any contest, especially at home. Overtime, the River winning that one in the extra session with the Adam Peterson goal. Story of this one so far has been spurts of breakneck hockey with teams going back and forth. A couple of really nice shorthanded chances for the Riverkings on the lone power play for the Cougars. Adam Peterson gets denied. Jaron Stevenson gets denied. Two very similar looking shots trying to go glove hand side on Ian Clifford. Stopped them both, and then after the power play, Peterson feeding Cole Krieger in front, got it on the backhand. Had that post on the far side labeled, but Clifford slides over, shrugs the puck off, and kept it a no-score contest. And really kind of looking at the chances here and just having a quick discussion. If not for Clifford, this game could maybe already be 2-3, 4-0 with some of the chances that the Riverkings have had on the other side. Drake Bradshaw mentioned just tested 5 times in that first period. Nothing all too threatening going the way of Bradshaw. Swamp sides here for the middle stanza as the Riverkings will now attack down to the left-hand side on your computer, mobile device, or here on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Back out at center. This one is flipped back into the Riverkings zone. Fleming gets bumped by McCollum as we see the hitting picking up just a little bit to start off the second period. Kevin Crawley has it knocked away. Picked back up by the Cougars and now sent back over this side. Timo E sending it back in where it is stopped back up by Clifford. Well, Portier the pass back on, and now here come the Riverkings with Krieger forcing the turnover. Rich Young had a couple of nice chances as well, but the puck had bounced on him a little bit in that first period. Hartley flipping it back in past Vandervalk, who chases it down, has LaPortiere with him. Rich Young able to come up with the puck in the corner though. Down low for Stevenson setting the table. Stevenson back to the line for McKenzie, deflected off of the ref, and it'll be carried back ahead by McCollum. Has Arnold with. McCollum trying to feed it that way. McKenzie cuts him off and sends it back out to center. No icing will be called. Vanderbilt chases it down. Here's Stevenson forcing the issue. It's passed off now for number 18, Rukala. Ends up turning the puck over, and now a pass across. Stevenson with a shot. He scores! A beautiful pass across after the turnover. Jared Stevenson shooting it back across the goaltender. And a minute 19 into the second period, the Riverkings break the deadlock. Boy, Stevenson just shooting that one back across the body of the goaltender, Clifford, who was trying to get set. And Stevenson just set the table, hung on to that puck. Labels it over to the glove hand side. Not much Clifford could have done about that, as the Riverkings force the pressure and force that turnover. So Stevenson, who was out with an injury just a couple of weeks ago, back into the lineup, scoring a few goals last weekend against the Minnesota Blue Hawks. Now with his 7th of the season. Erdman knocks it down with a screen in front. Turned on, and then that one ends up getting deflected wide. Milius was there. Now he's at the side of the net again. This one back toward the line. And sent back down low. Here's Erdman. Picked back up by Kirchnock. Here's Arnold flipping it back to the line. That one away from Erdman. Marquette trying to use the speed. He'll get there as that one is swung back around. Bradshaw smartly comes out to play the puck. He's done that on a few occasions. Now Marquette is all alone in front. Cougars with a backhanded shot, and that one deflected away from Hilleberg. Played back down low by Yurnitz. It'll be back toward the line or to the top of the circle of the puck. Shoot it on, and that one deflected right at the side of the net. Bradshaw able to knock that one off course. Here come the Riverkings again. Day off the glove of Slingerland. Day comes back up with the puck now. A shot on at the side of the net, knocked away. As the fourth line goes to work here for the Riverkings. That one spun on by Bayoff. Excuse me, that's Carter. Missed the target. Deflected ahead by the Cougars out at center. Once again, it is Steer, and he'll send it right back in as the Riverkings trying to tilt the ice here in this second period. Now leading 1-0. Chance for a 3-on-2. Pass intercepted though, and here's Steer with a little space. Walks back across the line. Flips on from Michelli. He gets down to the side of the net and picked back up by the Cougars. Flipped out for the puck. Will find Mahoney. Couldn't settle it down though. Steer off of the glass. A bouncing puck. Controlled there by the Cougars, and then into the Riverkings zone. Here's Crawley off of the bench. Edges into Fleming, trying to force the issue in the Riverkings zone. Steer spins back. Nice pass on for Fleming. A pass ahead, intercepted by Heminger. Finds McCullum. His shot over the top of the net. And that one labeled toward the crossbar, but just missed the target. Fortier will pass that one back off. Vandervolk, and then sent back in by McCullum. Top line going back to work for Brad Stofers and the Chicago Cougars. Timo E. Could not find the exit. It'll be Steer now. Able to bank it back ahead. Vandervalk there to reject it at center and fire it right back into the Riverkings zone. This past 4 minutes gone here in the second period. Riverkings have the goal from Stevenson. R.J. Jones knocks it down. Nifty move there by Arnold down at center. Now Arnold looking for a little bit of help, trying to pass it off. E on the back check just rips it away. Vandervalk has been shadowing Peterson out of neutral now. Peterson takes the puck away. Peterson back for Krieger. Krieger with a shot save made by Clifford. Rebound loose. Clifford able to jump on top and get the cover. Well, after Clifford made the save, the puck bounced around a little bit. Ended up falling right under him, and the blue paint wasn't quite sure where that was. Hits the body on it, gets the cover. And we see a face-off. And a little bit of a chess match right now. We'll get to that in just a second as an opportunity off of the draw gets knocked away. A little bit of a chess match right now. We're watching Vandervalk and Peterson especially out at neutral. Riverkings are leaving Peterson out of the zone, and Vandervalk has been there watching him. Making sure he doesn't get any opportunities, but he did that time. Yurnix steps in his man. Here come the Riverkings, a chance for 2-on-1. Edwards with Stevenson. Edwards across the line, but offside, as Stevenson jumped in just a touch too early. At the top of the webcast, we had mentioned at the top line, 1, 2, and 3 in scoring, and Riverkings starting to get a little bit more out of the secondary scoring. Well, that's what happened here in this second period. Getting the goal from Jared Stevenson. Here's Milius, backhander off of the side of the net, picked back up by the Cougars. To the line, Erdman had it bounce away. Able to retrieve that neutral. McDonald ahead for Kirchnock. Kirchnock working down the near side with a pass across, rejected by Yurnix. And now a centering pass knocked away. Erdman there with it though, with a shot. That one missed the target. Jurgens back down low. McDonald tied up. Kirchnock there. McDonald again. Kirchnock plays it back to the line. Jurgens will walk that line. Shot. Didn't make it through. And now the Cougars with a chance to go back the other way. Here comes Quinn. Quinn carrying in with a shot. Save made by Brad Schultz. And he just hangs on to that one. Michael Schutten was encroaching upon that blue paint. Bradshaw solid there. Just hangs on to the puck. We had mentioned there's a little bit of a battle right now in that Riverkings crease. Dom Pachaco has kind of seized control, but Drake Bradshaw has really been making some pretty good cases for more starts. Including what he's done so far here. Not facing a ton of shots, but doing exactly what he's been asked to do thus far. Lepak has that one bounced back out, and Steer coming back, able to take it away from Mahoney. A funny bounce right back out to the slot area. Puck will elude Timo E, goes all the way down, and it will be icing. Peterson close. Not quite close enough. Well, for those of you tuning in on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, we welcome you and just want to remind you that you can catch the Riverkings away games on Hockey TV. And for those of you watching on Hockey TV, Wisconsin Rapids Community Media on YouTube. If you want to see a couple more camera angles, instant replays, all kinds of good stuff, make sure you check that out. All the Riverkings home games on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Here are the Cougars with a shot, that one going wide. Mahoney just missing the target, a bouncing puck in. Is intercepted by Steer. He's got Peterson ahead. Peterson awaits the puck, comes across the line onside. Good play on the back check. It's ripped away from Peterson. But he's got the puck once again. Adam Peterson passed on for E, knocked away, picked back up by the Cougars. Lepak will flutter that one over into the far side corner. Alert, tied up, picked back up now by the Riverkings. Fleming stepping into a sea of green jerseys. Just had a throw that puck back toward the near side wall. Now pass on a 2-on-1 from the blue line, and Heminger has it on the backhand, ran out of time, picks it back up though, and the save is made by Bradshaw. Excellent play by Jordan Steer as he goes to the belly, made sure there were no passing lanes for Heminger. Had McCollum with, and just ended up running out of time and options. Big play there by number 10 for the Riverkings. Face off one cleanly by Wisconsin Rapids. Here's Stevenson. 2-on-2 with Young out at center. Stevenson with speed, picking it back up now, works over toward the near side. Feeds the point in Hartley. His wrist shot deflected off target. McKenzie steps up. He'll give it back for Jesse Edwards. Nifty move to get around Heminger. Turned the puck over though, and Crowley will pass it off for McCollum. Looking to step away from McKenzie. Pass back on Heminger. Unable to handle the pass, and Hartley has it back behind. Hartley swung back to the line. Yurnick's able to throw it back down into the corner. Jones. Markets A. Vanderbilt back for R.J. Jones. Whistle. Penalty coming up. It will be a roughing, and I believe we will see our second power play for the Cougars. Looks like Chase McKenzie is going to be the guilty party here. Trying to argue that he made the hit shoulder to shoulder and it was clean. The refs did not see it that way, however. So power play number 2 here for the Cougars. They do have one defenseman out, and that's Vanderbilt, who has the puck now. We said we saw the first power play unit for the Cougars with 5 forwards, and they almost got exposed. This time they have Vanderbilt back on the blue line just in case. Touches back from McCollum. It will be on for Vanderbilt. Knocked away from him. Peterson just trying to help it back out to center. Ends up picking up the puck. He'll go back the other way. Wisely just sends it in, trying to kill a little bit of time. McCollum comes back. Vanderbilt looking for a call after he's shoved into the boards. Won't get one though. Pass deflected off the backside of Del Brasini. Arnold couldn't carry over the line. Krieger there, and he'll send it back out to neutral again. 1:18 left on the power play. Some changes being made by the Cougars. Here's Hillberg, former Riverkings, sending it back in. Bradshaw off of the glass, took a deflection, out of play, and that will leave the face-off inside. Nothing out of the Cougar power play just yet. As they try to get something generated here, they'll send out a fresh 5. They do have a defenseman out once again. It'll be Tom Ricala. Last played with West Dundee U18. A lot of Chicago area players on this Cougar squad. Off of the draw, Fleming. Wrap back toward the point area. Marquette trying to hold it in. Does get it away from Stevenson, but Steer is there and he clears. So the Cougars will have to try to set up their own end again. Now into the second minute of the power play. Out of the reach of R.J. Jones. Knocked away. Now here comes Steer. Up the wall. Cut off by Ricala. Marquette back. Looking to rip it away. Nice job there by Jesse Edwards. Killing a little bit of time. Picked back up by the Cougars though. And now here's Braden Heminger, leading scorer for the Cougars. Flutters it back into the corner. Quinn there to touch it back on for Heminger. Heminger spins it out in front. Knocked away by Edwards. And another penalty coming up here. A slash is going to be the call, and we'll see a 5-on-3 for 25 seconds. So a slash to Jesse Edwards. Pretty critical moment here in this contest, especially for the Cougars, who only have the 7 shots on goal as we're almost to the halfway point here of regulation time. However, they are only down 1, and they'll get a 5-on-3. 25 seconds of that. Do have Heminger out to center. R.J. Jones with Ricala, and I believe that is Lepak over to the left-hand side. Big face-off there, and it is out to center. Important moment for the Riverkings as Krieger had forced the issue off of the draw. Ricala will step in as Jones trailing. Now looking to set up with 10 seconds left in the 5-on-3. One-timer save made by Bradshaw. Here's Marquette. 5 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Back down to the bottom of the circle. Marquette again steps in. Didn't get a shot through. Another chance in front, and it's cleared by the Riverkings. Big clear there by Raymond Fleming. Riverkings get one back. Still a minute 25 left in the power play, and now a chance for some numbers across the line. Here's Jones walking in as it's swatted away once again by Fleming. Peterson to center. Marquette toward the line. We get a whistle, and I believe they're going to call that offside right at the halfway point of regulation. Still a minute 13 on the power play for the Cougars, but a face-off coming up at center. Got a decent look for Marquette on the one-timer, the far side circle, but Bradshaw able to get over in time, got square to the shooter, and made a nice save. Here's Vanderbilt. Pass out at center. Stevenson knocked it away. Del Brasini able to play it back in though. Hartley to it first, trying to help it around. Picked back up by the Cougars. Here's Arnold. Arnold at the circle, now controls. He'll get it right back. Arnold with a pass back toward the point. Del Brasini. For this time, Vanderbilt. One-timer save made. And then it's picked back up on the rebound by Hilbert. Fed out in front and then knocked away as McCollum couldn't get it on target. Right back out in front for McCollum again. Little pressure here from the Cougars. Vanderbilt over to Del Brasini. One-timer save made and held on to by Bradshaw. Right into the River King logo. No rebound. Excellent movement of the puck there by the Cougars as they tried to rock the River Kings to sleep. Fire one past the tender, but Bradshaw comes up with two nice saves on the one-timers. Hilbert stepping in to take the face-off. Ends up winning it, but the River Kings get to it first. Peterson couldn't exit the zone. Krieger will, though. Backhands one into the offensive zone where Peterson catches up to it. He's shadowed by McCollum. Adam Peterson, all-time leading goal scorer for the River Kings. Up out in the corner, over to this side. Arnold one-on-one with Evan Erdman. Chipped around by Arnold, picking it back into the corner. Erdman bumps it in. Hilbert back to the wall. 8 seconds left on the power play. Arnold has Hilbert down in the corner. Passes out in front. Jones just unable to settle it down. Feeds it out in front, and Bradshaw knocks it away. River Kings back to full strength. Back across the line, they got Timo E ahead. Now here's E feeding out for Krieger with a shot. A save made by Clifford. Oh, Krieger had to reach out for that one and maybe didn't get everything he wanted on that opportunity. It was still a nice shot, but Clifford able to stretch out and get the glove on it once again. Well, that's the third time they've tried to go to the glove-hand side with a clean shot in on Clifford, and each time the leather has been just a little too good to defy for the River Kings. Now to 8:38 left here in this second period. Right out of the face-off, here come the Cougars again. Sent in by R.J. Jones. Fleming around, trying to get it around the horn, but knocked away there by Crowley. To the line, LaPortier. Bouncing puck, Heminger able to chop it back to the corner where Fleming picks it up first. Wrapped around for Jordan Steer. Steer with some time, and that one had a lot of zing on it as it's all the way back down. No icing, though, and now a bit of danger for Clifford. Yernix back ahead for Jones, right into the skates of Milius, and not out of the zone. Now Milius will pick it back up at the top of the circle, feeding it down low, hoping for McDonald. LaPortier is there. Didn't get enough on it. Jones trying to chip it free. Nice job by Steer to hold in. Back over to this side for Yernix. The line. Cougars are able to get back out to center. Steer to it first for the River Kings. Or to Milius, who fell down, and Heminger on the back picks it up at neutral. They're just trying to mount some offense here, down one. Pass back ahead. They find Quinn. Quinn with a shot, save made, and Bradshaw directed that rebound out of danger. Otherwise, Nicholas Podlasak was there right in front. First time we've seen Podlasak in this contest, number 13 for the Cougars. As we said, they dressed 4 defensemen, but 2 extra forwards. Now here's McDonald working in, and he's got Daywith. Tries the shot, and the save is made by Clifford. Once again, the glove hand of Ian Clifford. Able to hang on to that puck. Will be shot on goal number 19 for the River Kings. with a 1-0 lead here in this second period, now down to 7:10 remaining in the middle frame. Faceoff comes to the right-hand side of Clifford, won by the Cougars. We're now unable to find the exit as he was stopped up by McKenzie. Now over to the near side. Havlicek had it knocked away by Michelli. Out there with Bayoff and Day. Really able to wrap it back over toward the corner on the far side, but it will be Vandervalk who picks it up, flutters it back out to center, just out of the reach of Havlicek. Hartley, nifty move in the corner, running out of time though. Flip to the line, knocked down by Slingerland. Slingerland up the wall. Wiskoski had it poked away by McKenzie. Hartley there, surveys his options, and a nice pass on for Tanner Day. One-on-one, can't get around Vandervalk, now turned over to Michelli. Vandervalk is there. Here comes LaPortier with a pass after Lepak. Nice pick off there by Jurgens. Smoothly just floats that one right back in. You mentioned one of the two new Riverkings back in the blue line. There's the other. Erdman with a shot. We get a whistle. And I think the door, yes indeed, did open just past the Riverkings bench. So that's what brings the whistle. Well, so far so good for that new defense pair for the Riverkings. And then Erdman, a 99, 6'1", 194, number 20. Out of Rhinelander, Harold Jurgens, out of Riga, Latvia, 6'3", 191. 2000 birth year. Will stop up McCollum, but he gets the shot, or got the puck back, try to get the shot off, as Heminger plays one off of the side of the net. Erdman putting it back toward the corner. Stevenson in the feet of the official now, and that one bounces free, and it's picked back up by the Riverkings. Good stick there by Jurgens, as it is played back behind now by the Riverkings. Nifty passing, unable to find the exit. Jurgens stepping in again and holds in for the Cougars. Out to center, foot race coming up, and Jared Stevenson's not going to lose a lot of those as he picks up the puck back behind, trying to slip away from Jurgens, unable to do that. And here come the Cougars. It's Crowley carrying in with Heminger. Crowley changes the angle, walks in, takes the shot. The save is made by Bradshaw. Had to get the right pad down on that one as Crowley tried to slip it under the pad. Now here comes Rich Young back the other way with a shot, save made. And that one is cleared back toward the wall. Things opening up here a little bit now as we near the 5-minute mark remaining in his second period. The shot spun on by Peterson, the save made by Clifford. Jurgens. We're going to get away from Timo E. In a bit of danger. Jurgens has been out there quite a while. E with the fresher legs, able to pull the puck away. Shot on. Save made by Clifford. Peterson got a bit on that one-timer. Clifford able to hang on to it between the arm and torso. 4 minutes, 46 seconds now remaining. 1-0 lead for the Riverkings, who are out shooting. The Cougars by a 2-1 margin at this point. Shots on goal 22-11 in favor of the home squad. Back out to center. Nice pass on, and here comes Mahoney across the line. Mahoney trying to pass it through. Could not connect with Hilbert. And the puck is deflected up and out of play. Kind of seems like after, I wouldn't exactly say a stagnant first 15 minutes, but certainly a bit more of a stalemate after that goal early in this second period, and now things opening up just a bit. The teams start to exchange chances. See how that plays out here in the next 4 minutes and 35 seconds before we hit the intermission. Ice repairs being made inside the crease of Drake Bradshaw. Bradshaw on the 99. We got Parker Rutherford, the 90. Returning goaltender, Dominic Pacheco as well. The 99. Three goaltenders trying to make the case to be the number one. Does have season, got that in the showcase. Ended up going to a shootout against Florida Blades. Looks like someone took a pretty good chunk out of the crease. So the repairs being made. It'll be a face-off coming over to the left-hand side of Bradshaw. Tristan Hilbert to take it for the Cougars against Cole Krieger. Riverkings win it. Fleming stepping right back through his own blue paint. Does get it out to center. Peterson was on the wrong side of the red line. Didn't matter, though, because Timo E got there. Slingerland able to muscle that one back out to center. Fleming and Steer playing catch out of neutral. Deflected back in. Slingerland off of the wall. Finds Lepak. Lepak passes back. Mahoney with a shot. Save made by Bradshaw. Quick reaction there as he gets the glove on it. Might have been going wide, but he didn't want to take any chances. Face-off coming up here over to the left side of Bradshaw. Cougars still very much in this game, but trying to find the finish right now. And Bradshaw has looked pretty composed back there in net for Wisconsin Rapids. Milius across the line, knocked away, played back toward Arnold. R.J. Jones there as well. A bouncing puck out to center, and here comes Arnold. A chance for a 2-on-2 as Marquette catches up at neutral. Arnold passes back. Jones wound up the one-timer, but pulled the trigger. Still bounced around to neutral, and now here comes Milius with a pass across for Kirchner. He'll send it back in. Clifford just has to watch that one go back behind the net. Milius tying up his man. Arnold nudging it as well, and here's Milius. Wrap back over toward the far side. More pressure coming here from that River King forecheck. Jurgens waits for it at the line, able to hold in. Backhands one down low. Down the line, McKenzie had it chopped away out at center. Jurgens will retrieve. And he swings it across. McKenzie there into the near side corner. Carter off of the bench. Back to the line, and here's Jurgens over the walkout line. Tries the shot, sails it over the top of the net. Pick back up, Michelli swings it in. Off of the paddle and into the glove, where it'll be held on to by Clifford. One other thing that Harold Jurgens is going to bring it to this River King defense is another left-handed shot. We talked a little bit about it on the power plays, the right-handed shot defenseman, all very good defensemen for the power play, but sometimes you like to have that righty-lefty combination. And now here comes a 2-on-1 back the other way. Crowley could not feed it through. It's Jurgens diving down to make sure that passing lane was cut off. Crowley with it again, feeding it through the mixer. Backhander save made, rebound chance still loose. Bounced around, Crowley chops it wide. Jurgens tying him up as this one comes back to the line. Vanderbilt passes on. Threat here from the Cougars. McCollum fired it wide. Laporte here trying to keep the play alive. Turned it over, flipped back to the line. McCollum off of the backside, able to hold it in, only for a moment though. And it'll be played back down low by Carter. Bit of a flurry there by the Cougars. Now turned over, Erdman able to fire that one down low. Erdman, another guy who brings a left-handed shot back on that River King blue line. Here's Fleming. That one a flex on and goes right to Edwards. McCollum able to pick it back up. Fortunate for him as he gets to the line, sends one in, and Heminger will try to chase it down. He goes one-on-one with Steer. Good job by him to take his man out of the play away from Stevenson. Right back in by the Cougars. Down to 1:47 left here in the second period. Cougars starting to turn up the RPMs a little bit here. Steer. Back for Fleming. Fleming marked by Marquette. Jones chasing. Stevenson. Nice pass out for Young. He'll go 1-on-2, and he's got Edwards catching up. Young trying to turn the corner. Feeds it back, or at least trying to feed it back for Edwards. He got tied up by Jurgens. Here's Edwards. Emerging from the pile with the puck. Coke back over toward this side as Jurgens and Young were jousting back behind. That one poked to the line by Jones. Not out though. Steer walking in. Steer still with the puck. Passes off for Edwards. Just missed it. Here's Edwards again with a pass across now over to this side, or the far side for Stevenson. Wrapped it back down low. So now the River Kings putting a little pressure on here as we're into the final minute of the second period. Marquette able to relieve the pressure. Got it back out to center. Jones tracking back away from Young. Picked back up by Steer. Across the line. He got stopped up by Jurgens. 45 seconds left in the period. Arnold spins away. Arnold has the puck out at center. Going to try to feed it that way. Finds him, but Fleming was right there in his back pocket. Fleming looking to spin away from the puck. Monitor him all the way back. 20, back up for the puck. Deflected it just wide in front. Hillebert trying to feed it back toward the net mouth. Intercepted by Young. He'll look for the exit. Yurnick's there. Fires the shot. Save made. Rebound chance all the way back over to the corner. Yurnick's back for Mahoney. Wants Hillebert. Edwards cut it off. A little bit of help coming now. A dozen seconds remaining in the period as they battle for that puck. The puck is still tied up into the final 4 seconds. Riverkings would be content just to keep the puck there, and they will as the buzzer sounds to bring the second period to an end. Welcome back, everyone. Third period coming up here in just a couple of moments from the Southwood County Rec Center. 1-0, Riverkings leading over the Chicago Cougars. Happy to have you on board here on Hockey TV and Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Wherever you might be watching, happy Friday night or happy Tuesday morning or whenever you're watching on YouTube or on demand. Scoreline looks like this. It's slim right now. It's Jared Stevenson, 7th of the season, 1:19 of the second period, assisted by Rich Young. Jesse Edwards gets the secondary assist. Edwards, 8th helper of the year, Young's 7th. As we dwindle down that second period, the Cougars started to find some chances. Drake Bradshaw coming up with some stops. Space 13 thus far, turned them all away. On the other side, Ian Clifford's been pretty good storyline in this one, having stopped 21 out of 22. And I'd say out of those 22 shots, 5 or 6 really high quality chances for the Riverkings that have been turned aside by Clifford from Perry, North Carolina. If you start to look at some of these rosters, especially down in the south for the USPHL, you're seeing a lot more Carolina players infusing themselves, and you can probably thank the Carolina Hurricanes for that. But good to see the non-traditional hockey markets producing some pretty good hockey players. We'll swap again here for the third period as the Riverkings go back to the right-hand side, and Cole Krieger almost got the second of the contest there, firing it over the top of the net. Knocked aside there by Clifford. You mentioned a former Louisiana driller for the season. Tristan Hillebert across the line, ends up turning it over to Timo E. And LaPortiere out at center. Takes the puck back to the line. Fleming able to deny things there. It'll be important for the Riverkings to hang on to that blue line. You got to watch out for the Cougars' speed. I would imagine they'll start to take some more chances and gamble a bit here in this third period. Probably not right away. Maybe we'll have to slip into the second half of this third period before they do that. And of course, the Riverkings wouldn't mind finding a little insurance before that even becomes an issue. Here are the Riverkings again with Edwards fluttering it back in where it is knocked down back behind by Clifford. Stevenson, who has the lone tally in this contest, working into the forecheck. That puck will get away, and now a pass across, and Stevenson couldn't handle. Fluttering away from Edwards, and out at center once again. The Riverkings will have to retrieve in their own zone. Young has that one ramped back up, and then a pass ahead does find Edwards with Stevenson there. Brushed away, though, for Yurnick's. His pass misses Jones. Hartley at center. Nice feed on for Stevenson, and now a chance for a 3-on-2 across the line. Stevenson lost the handle on it as Yurnick's put some pressure on him. Here's Edwards. Knocked away by Marquette. Could not feed it up the wall, though, as it bounced off of the official. Back to the corner. Here's Edwards again. Edwards chasing it down. Jones meets him. Stevenson walking the line. Pass out front. Young's shot gets deflected on the way. And Jones able to sky it back out to center. Credit the Cougars. They have done a good job of getting in front of their goaltender Clifford as well. Back ahead for Heminger. Looking for Crowley. Juergens, who has been a nice addition to the blue line, as well as Evan Erdman for the Riverkings. They're back out there now, and they will stay out there as the Riverkings ice the puck. 17:42 left here in the third period. Then these two teams will meet tomorrow, 7 o'clock right here from the Southwood County Rec Center. Picked back up by the Cougars. Intercepted. Erdman to the line, not out. LaPortiere able to hold it back in. Now back to the line again. Kirchnock waiting. He'll just get it back out to center. McCollum off the wall, intercepted. Jurgens speeding ahead, at it, knocked away. Crowley tracking back. Up the wall, finds McCollum. McCollum run into by Milius. Crowley has to pick it back up again. Here's Crowley in his own zone with a pass back ahead of the defenseman LaPortiere. Carrying it over the line, trying to drop it off. Intercepted by Kirchnock, wrapped back toward the point. Nobody home. And it's out at neutral once again. Favorable matchup here for the Cougars as they've got that top line out there against, I guess, what would technically be the third line for the Riverkings, but been out there for quite a while, and I think they might be out of gas. In fact, Quinn has come on now, and this one is out of his reach all the way down. No icing, though. Fleming back around for Steer. Steer. Hit by Del Brasini. This one going to fall right to Tanner Day. Back behind the defense. Day with a shot off of the blocker and out of play. And once again, Clifford gets in the way. And it looked like Tanner Day has been watching because everybody's been going to the glove hand side. He tried to go to the blocker side. Clifford doing a good job of getting the paddle in front of it, though. We stay at a 1-0 scoreline with 16:30 remaining in the third period. Off with the draw. This one is wrapped back around. Here's Quinn. Trying to hurry it back to the point. Steer out at center. Fires it right back in. Yurnix. Around this side for Slingerland. Returns to Yurnix. Bouncing puck, kicked back in by Fleming. Would have been offside. Riverkings will exit the zone. Slingerland, little space to work down at center. Nice move. Slingerland with another nice move. Takes the shot, scores! It ramped off of a skate of one of the Riverkings in front. Changed direction, changed speed. You can see Bradshaw had the glove. He looked like he thought it was going glove side. Ended up going over the shoulder on the blocker. It's no Picasso, but the Cougars will take it. And we're square with 16:01 left in the third. Well, the finish might not be much to write home about, but the entry certainly was there by Dakota Slingerland. Made a couple of nice moves just to get into the zone, fired the shot, got a fortunate carom, and we're square at 1. Third goal of the season for Slingerland. Hillard on the wrong side of the red line will send it in. No icing, though, as it deflected off of one of the Riverkings, who are now looking for some answers offensively. Here's Peterson. Pass for Kala. Yurnix going to get an assist on that. Here's Krieger in the corner. Ended up losing the puck where it is picked back up by the Cougars. Mahoney swatting it out to center where McKenzie holds. Swings over for Hartley. That one does stay in play. Nice draw there by Hartley, able to float it into the corner. Krieger with a shot, save made by Clifford. Now here's Peterson on the intercept behind, try to feed it out front for Krieger. Krieger has it again on the backhand. He's very solid on the backhand. Feeds McKenzie. Shot deflected up and out of play. Timo E had the right idea, but the puck would not cooperate. Right at the 5-minute mark is where we sit. Cougars got a goal here from Dakota Slingerland to even us up. Face off in their own zone. Now, how big do those saves from Clifford look? Here's Jones. Out at center with Marquette. 2-on-2. Young coming back. Drafting with Jones into the offensive zone. Off of the wall, Jones lost it just out of the reach of Marquette. Jones has it again, trying to swing the shot. Couldn't get it past Erdman, and now Stevenson back out at center. A chance for a 2-on-2. Pass eludes Edwards. Out at center, picked off by Jurgens. He lost the handle. Here comes Edwards. Nifty move across the line. Edwards unable to settle the puck down. Ahead now for Marquette out of neutral. Marquette stepped into by Jurgens. A nice hit there. That one off of the side of the net. Centering pass comes out. Still loose inside the line, held in by Arnold, but now the Riverkings are able to settle it down. Fed for Young. He finds Edwards, who finds some space. Edwards with it, takes the shot, ended up missing the target, and it goes out of play. Here again, we see things starting to open up a bit between these two teams. Some nice work at neutral ice for the Riverkings to find some soft space, and Edwards somehow stepped free, decided not to pass, and we haven't seen a lot of passes through the slot area paying off here. Defensemen have been doing a good job of cutting those off, so maybe the shot the better of the option there. And now here is Crowley. Lost at the line where it's taken by McDonald, who now steams through center. McDonald with it, takes the shot, didn't make it through. As Yurnick's got in the way of that. McCollum taps on, Steer, able to hold it in, but right back out by Crowley. The chess match continues between the Riverkings and the Cougars, as that one deflects up and on a play. Neutral ice is going to be so important. Certainly don't want to make mistakes there, because those mistakes tend to create chances, and those chances could be the difference in this one. Winning the blue line will be very important for these two teams. Keep the puck out, get the puck in. There you see the Riverkings able to put the puck back into the offensive zone and chase on the forecheck. Slingerland, who has the goal for the Cougars, had it ripped away. Here is what the Riverkings can do. A smothering forecheck. Krieger there. Chipped away before Peterson could get in. Laporte's here toward the line, but E stopped him up. Finds Peterson. Peterson feeds Krieger. Couple of moves by Krieger, picking it back up at the bottom of the circle now on the near side. He'll get bumped by Slingerland. Slingerland still harassing Cole Krieger. A little bit of help there to the line. McKenzie able to hold it in just for a moment, though. And a penalty coming up here. It will be a hold. A holding call coming to Dakota Slingerland. Riverkings will have their third power play opportunity of the contest. Could not come at a better time. 12:47 remaining here in this third period. And the man advantage coming up here for Wisconsin Rapids. They'll send out Edwards, Young, and Stevenson. They were the ones that created the goal in the second period. Steer and Fleming will man the blue line. Here's Steer. Back down for Stevenson. Switches with Edwards, back to Steer again. Steer walking the line over to the near side. Steer still with the puck, working to the circle. Just has to flutter it over for Stevenson. Stevenson to Edwards. Young parking right in the bumper spot in front of the goaltender. Here's Edwards with it again. Now at the point, he'll feed it over for Steer. Heminger deflected it for a moment, then picks the pocket of Steer and clears. Excellent work there by Braden Heminger. Bradshaw has to leave it off. Fleming muscling the puck away from Heminger. Gives over to this side for Krieger. Now it's Krieger, Peterson, and E up front. Here's Krieger. Looking to set the table, finds Timo E. 1:05 left on the power play. E for Krieger. Working down in the corner, steps up to the circle. Steer with it, had Fleming. Gives off for Krieger instead. Down for E, working the near side. Now finds Peterson with a shot. Didn't make it through. Puck bounces back below the goal line. E has it again. Trying to kick it free. Picks it back up in the slot. Fleming fakes a one-timer. Gives over for Steer. Setting up again. Now Fleming, one-timer coming. Save made. Rebound loose in the blue paint. But they blow the whistle. A fortunate stoppage there for the Cougars. And I'm not sure if the net's off of the moorings on the near side. Doesn't look like it. Clifford had it in his glove only for a split second. But it was good enough to get a stoppage. Peterson was right there doing what he does best, sniffing around for that loose puck. And it looks like maybe we have another chip in the crease. We saw that in the second period. They had to do a little repair work. That's what the Riverkings were looking for. Fleming has a rocket of a shot when he's able to unleash it. Usually causes some issues for the opposing goaltenders. You saw that one a little too hot to handle there for Clifford, but the whistle did blow. Discussion amongst the officials. Got 40 seconds left in the power play here for the Riverkings as they try to pull back ahead against the Cougars. As far as power play goals on the season are concerned, Adam Peterson with 3, Krieger with 3, E with 2, Steer with 1, Edwards with 1, Fleming with 1. Rich Young's got 1, McKenzie's got 1, Evan Erdman has 1, not with the Riverkings though. And that's what the record book looks like right now for the Riverkings. 40 seconds to try to change it, add to one of those players' tallies, or maybe get a first one. You have Stevenson, who does have the Riverkings goal. He's still looking for his first power play goal of the season. So is Zach Hartley, one of the men manning the point. And we're going to get another conference here as Johnny Schwartz steps in to talk with the refs. Schwartz, the former Dells Duck. Most games played for that organization. His brother Corey, of course, playing for the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings and the Chicago Cougars and the Dells Ducks and then the Cougars again. He kind of got his way around. Might have to do a little something with the ownership. We won't get into that too much, but I'm sure those of you in the know what I'm talking about. Johnny just finishing up at Lewis University there too as well, playing 4 years for the Flyers. See a lot of USPHL Midwest players heading there, and of course heading to the Chicago area, including Brett DeLatte, who played here last year for the Riverkings, now playing with Aurora University. Always fun to watch where these players go after they have spent their time here in the USPHL, or what was once the MNJHL. And a fun fact for you, there is one MNJHLer who's, I guess, technically played a little NHL hockey preseason. Matisse Kieblinitz, who was the Lakers goaltender for a few years. Played for the Lakers, played very well. Good goaltender, Latvian goaltender. Ended up going to the NAHL. Played with Cooley, and then went to the USHL, is in the Columbus organization. They always find good goaltenders too. All right, well, not exactly sure what the conference was all about. It was lengthy. I hope whatever we were discussing was solved. And we're back underway. Still 40 seconds left in the power play. Steer feeding that one for EU, deflected it wide. Picked up again by Peterson. Head over to this side for Steer once again. Puck bounces away, picks it back up. And now Krieger stepping back to the circle. Steer with it again. Surveys Fleming, fakes the one-timer, gives on for Steer. Krieger able to walk in, fires a shot to save made, and then the rebound at the side of the net. Not yet cleared, and then cleared by the Cougars. Another big glove save made there by Ian Clifford. Looks like it's going to do it for the power play. Down to 10:47 left here in this third period. McKenzie across the line. McKenzie back for Peterson with a shot, the save made. And held on to by Ian Clifford. That takes the Riverkings back now to that 2-1 shot on goal margin as they put up 30. Riverkings very good at putting up the shots on goal all season long, keeping that offense flowing here tonight, but they've run into a pretty hot goaltender in Ian Clifford. They'd like to blemish him at least one more time before this one's up. Back toward the line, knocked away from Jones. McKenzie Into his own zone with Jones right in his back pocket the whole way. This one flipped up into the banners. Ends up on a play. Almost toward us here. Not really. We don't see a ton of action up here for some reason, but in the Dells, my goodness. Something about where that duck blind is there. This seems to be right in the line of fire. Good for 1 or 2 a year. Back in the corner. McKenzie roughing up his man. That's going to cost the Riverkings. As McKenzie got a little too aggressive there in the corner. Rough and call coming up, and the Cougars will now have a power play. It'll be McKenzie's second trip to the box. Actually looks like they're going to take Young. Maybe not. He's just the one discussing. Well, hold on, because McKenzie went to the bench. I always like that when the players try that. Slip onto the bench. See if maybe the ref doesn't catch it. Usually they do. And McKenzie will sit for 2 or less. But as we have seen, the Riverkings are incredibly dangerous shorthanded. They've had 2 very good shorthanded chances in this contest. Right up at the faceoff, a clean win back. And now here is Marquette in possession. Give it on for Jones with a shot. Ends up getting deflected back over the point. And back out to neutral. Here's Krieger. Chasing with Marquette. Able to knock the puck away. It'll be a delayed offside though. And Peterson will have to go back out to neutral. Conley gives on for R.J. Jones. Jones across the line, a couple of moves, still dipping through, gets it back, tries the shot, the save made by Bradshaw. Back toward the corner, Erdman is there. He wanted to clear for Krieger. Stick comes up. It's going to be another penalty here to the Riverkings. The stick comes up for Erdman, and that is a tough penalty to take at this juncture. So it'll be 5-on-3 for a minute 24. It'll be the second time the Cougars have had a 2-man advantage in this contest. Didn't have much to say about that first one. That one was only 25 seconds, so they'll have nearly an extra minute this time around. Maybe not. They're going to get Ricala, and I believe they're going to say he embellished. That is a large break for the Riverkings. So stick comes up for Erdman. And Ricala does get 2 for embellishment. The Cougars coach is obviously trying to plead a case here that the stick came up, but they're going to say Ricala might have done a little bit of acting on the side. Well, we stay at 5-on-4 for a minute 24. Face-off comes over the left-hand side of Bradshaw. It is won by the Riverkings, but Marquette will hold in. Vandervalt with a shot now. That goes wide. It was off of the stick of Jones. Marquette back to the top of the circle. Quinn trying to spin through traffic, finds Heminger. Returns for Quinn. Marquette, point on the near side. For Quinn once again. Puck turned him around, and now Heminger able to walk in. Will feed it back out in front of the backhand. And Bradshaw able to get the glove on top and get a whistle. What a smart play there by Bradshaw. Heminger was trying to weave through. Bradshaw saw exactly where he was going and just pounced on top of that puck. Wasn't even going to let him get an opportunity in front. Face-off, controlled by the Riverkings. Peterson able to help it back out to center. Got tied up and taken down by Marquette. Heminger with a pass on. Finds Jones. Lost the handle out at center. Marquette has it again. His pass comes over for Quinn, who sends it back in. Looks like Steer going to catch up to it first. Harassed there by Heminger. Jones. Shot on, deflected in front. Puck loose. Good job by Steer to tie up Heminger, and it's cleared. Steer just made sure that Heminger could not get an opportunity in front. Now here comes Vandervalk. Down to 20 seconds left of the power play. Rejected at the line by the Riverkings. Heminger swinging it over for Del Brasini. In his own zone, a nice pass on there for McCollum. He revs up at neutral. Drops back for Arnold. 5 seconds left of the power play. One-timer from Vandervalk misses wide. Here's Del Brasini. Playing it back down low. Player back down at Stevenson. Now Stevenson trying to feed it through. Del Brasini knocks it away at center. Vandervalk tapping on. Arnold knocked away from him. Stevenson flanks it down at his own blue line now. He comes across the line with speed. Lost the handle though. Bit of a snow pile in front of that bench for the Cougars. Here's Arnold. Nice pass on for Hilbert. Carries in. Pass in front. Knocked away by Young as the Cougars were making some changes. Zach Hartley with some time, carries ahead, went right at Lepak, lost the puck, sends in, and that one will go back over to the wall on the near side. Picked back up by Young. Peterson tying up his man, picked back up by the Cougars. Out at center again, it's Raymond Fleming as the puck will deflect back into the Riverkings zone. Down to 7:10 left here in this third period. We're square at one. Here's Peterson. Deflecting it back into the offensive zone. A bit of a collision there at center. Nothing more coming out of that. Laskowski in a bit of distress as he goes back to the bench for the Cougars. Here's Peterson with it. Feeds it through. Almost found E. It's loose at the side of the net again as they sprawl out. The whistle blows. And the goaltender Clifford is down in a prone and odd position. Well, good to see him popping back up. A little bit of a scare there as he was down and wants to shake out the cobwebs. 6:50 left here in the period. Are we going to see a penalty out of this? Well, Krieger is escorted into the box, which may explain Clifford down in the blue paint. It'll be interference, possibly on the goaltender. Quite honestly, from this angle, with everything that was going on down there, it was kind of hard to search out and see where that might have happened. But of course, those of you watching on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media get to see the replay from that goal line. So here is Heminger and Peterson. Nice move there by Jones, but he lost the puck. Going to get it back though. Tries the shot, deflected up and out of play. A little bit of pressure there by the Cougars off of the face-off. Face-off's been pretty even in this contest. And when you get down to this point in the game, in this third period, the defensive zone face-off's incredibly important. Heminger ends up winning it. Marquette swats at it, but the Riverkings are able to clear. Clifford ahead for Jones. Ends up finding Heminger, but that one bounces away from him. Steer for E, who will clear it all the way down. We have Krieger in the box right now. Another important thing there is he is one of the top penalty killers at the forward spot for the Riverkings. Across the line, Richala not able to hold, has lifted his skate, trying to stop up at the blue line. Cougars will make a swap here. Find a little bit of magic on the power play. A minute 26 left on this man advantage. 6:15 left here in the third. Cougars across the line. Sent back down low for Tristan Hilbert. Helped it on for Arnold. Del Brasini near side point. Fakes one-timer, and that one just wide. Here's Hilbert. Turns it over. Steer with some time, and he'll clear it back out. There's a hot shot there from Vanderbilt who missed the target. As Peterson and Delbrosini come together, and another penalty coming up here. Peterson's going to go for interference. Now across the line, Riverkings touch up, and a 5-on-3 coming for 52 seconds. Well, Peterson getting into his man. Ends up getting whistled for interference. So now you have Krieger and Peterson in the box. Two players that would probably be the forward out there. I'm guessing Jesse Edwards will end up being the 5-on-3 forward. Looks like he'll be out there with Steer and Fleming. And a huge moment here. 52 seconds of 5-on-3 time coming up here for the Cougars. Hilbert, LaPont, Heminger, Delbrosini, and Vandervolk. Face off won by the Cougars. Delbrosini gets it back. Pass across. Vandervolk. One-timer didn't make it through. Rebound chance stopped by Bradshaw, and he'll cover. That one right into the hand initially of Fleming. He takes off the glove to try to shake it off. And way out of the crease was Bradshaw, but comes up with an important save there. Face off over to his left-hand side, and it is chopped all the way down by right off of the draw. 35 seconds left on the 5-on-3 with the Cougars rushing up down through neutral. It's Vandervalk in possession. Carries across the line, lost it, a delayed offside. That's going to allow the Riverkings to play it back out to center. Back in, and here's Steer. Steer up the wall, will not clear though. Here's Heminger. Back for Delbrosini. 15 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Vandervalk back down to the circle. Heminger. Heminger across for Delbrosini. Delbrosini with a shot save made by Bradshaw. Here's Lepak. 6 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Delbrosini with it again for Lepak at the circle. And one man back for the Riverkings. Here's Delbrosini with a shot blocked by Steer. Vandervalk picking it back up, swatting it back down low. 1:03 left on the power play here for the Cougars. It's now a 5-on-4. Krieger's out of the box, and he will clear it down. Excellent penalty killing there for the Riverkings. 50 seconds left on a man advantage. 4:30 left here as we go down the stretch from the Southwood County Rec Center. All tied at 1. Here is McCollum. Dashing at center, sends in around Krieger all the way back over toward the far side. Hartley is there. He gets stopped up by Jones. McCollum, look at the feet. Jones again. McCollum now back to the point, and Vandervalk looking to set things up. Finds McCollum, who just spun away from the check, and now here is Vandervalk for McCollum again. Top of the circle. Feeding it down low. There's a shot over the side of the net. It was R.J. Jones who tried it. And now back toward the line. Marquette able to stop it up. 10 seconds left on the power play. Maybe one final chance coming up here as McKenzie's tied up by Arnold. Rejected at the side of the net by Hartley. Arnold has it again. 3 seconds left on the power play. Over to this side for Jones. Puck skips away from him. Peterson's out of the box. McKenzie tying up his man. Peterson able to fish it free. Now a chance for a 2-on-2 back the other way. Peterson with Edwards across the line. Gets around. Marquette gets taken down. Penalty coming up here to Marquette. Now fed back out in front. That one deflects in and will be covered up by Clifford. But Peterson fresh out of the box. Marquette looked like he might have been beat to the puck. Ends up taking down Adam Peterson. Would have been a touchdown saving tackle in football, but here it is 2 minutes or less. 3 minutes, 25 seconds remaining. Riverkings power play has not quite been up to standard. At least not to where it usually is, but a chance to make it all right here. Krieger, Peterson, and E up front. Steer, Fleming back on the blue line. Up of the draw, Timo E feeds Fleming. Fleming for Steer, surveys, and feeds Timo E at the circle. And now Krieger, stepping back from the corner, will give to Steer once again. Steer decides to walk the line, feeds Krieger, walks in, passes down low for E. Puck skips away from him. Slingerland, look at a cleared. Good job by E to lift his stick. He'll keep it alive for the Riverkings. Steer over for Fleming. Thinking about it. Fleming at the top of the circle. Gives back for Steer. Steer running out of options. Finds E. E will step in. Works in. Takes the shot. The save made. Is held on to by Clifford. That's one of those opportunities the goaltender doesn't mind too much. A clear shooting lane, had his eyes right on that puck all the way in. And I believe we're going to see a timeout here. So the Riverkings will take their timeout, sensing the importance of the next minute and 27 with the power play still on. 2:52 left here in the third period. If you're just joining us, where's it been? It's been a heck of a hockey game here from the Southwood County Rec Center. Riverkings getting their goal in the second period after a scoreless first. Jared Stevenson at 1:19 on the assist from Rich Young and Jesse Edwards. It was Stevenson's 7th of the season. Then at 3:59 of the third, Dakota Slingerland with his 3rd of the campaign, and that was assisted by the Latvian defenseman David Riverkings. Leaves us at a 1-1 score line. Goaltending on both sides has been pretty fantastic. Ian Clifford stopping 31 out of 32 has been a pretty big storyline here for the Cougars. No less than 4 partial breakaways that he has stopped in this game. Greg Bradshaw been pretty solid between the pipes on the other side, stopping 18 of 19. Minute 27 of power play time here for the Riverkings as they try to break the deadlock late in the third. Krieger out to center, spun by Heminger. Lepak is there, flutters it to the line and able to get it away from Fleming. Almost kept the play alive. Steer swinging back into his own zone. Krieger harassed there by Heminger. Trying to rip it away. Peterson able to help it on for Timo E as he ducks around Slingerland. Ties up with Slingerland. Picked back up by Krieger. Back behind. It's loose at the side of the net and then played back to the line. Steer able to hold it in. Across for Fleming. Surveys. Fleming now back for Steer. Steer has Krieger. Ducks back over toward the far side. Now gives on for Krieger at the top of the circle. Cole Krieger back to Steer. Steer again giving on for Krieger. He looked to step in. His lane was taken away. Now back for Steer. Thought about it again. Gives off for Krieger. Now walks in. Had a stick lifted. Picks the puck back up on the retreat. For Steer once again. His shot deflected. Comes back over harmlessly toward the near side corner where E picks it back up. Timo E stepping up. Will give on for Steer. 26 seconds left on the power play for the Riverkings. Stuck on the perimeter right now. E one-timer. Didn't make it through Slingerland, but he has it once again. 19 seconds left on the power play. E fires the shot. The save is made. Peterson with a rebound. Could not settle it down and get the shot off. Krieger back to the line. Steer a dozen seconds. Fleming fires the shot and the save is made by Clifford. Here's Vandervalk. Could not clear. Peterson stepping off of the wall, trying to weave through traffic. Had a stick lifted. Gets it back though. Couldn't pull the trigger. Power play over. Threat is not. Here is Steer with it once again. Feeding Peterson. Looking to step over the wall. Try the tough angle shot. Missed the target. Back to Fleming. Looking to hold it in, but it's turned over. So the Cougars are able to hold off the forces down to a minute 10 left here in this third period. All square at one. Vandervalk able to flag it down and set it back behind now into the final minute here of this third period. Steer with it again, back behind now. In a bit of danger, just throws that one right up the middle and gets it in on net. Importantly, because the Riverkings wanted to change, they'll get it. Riverkings back behind now. Will give off for Ricky Jones. In a bit of danger, does find Marquette. And now Arnold flutters one in, knocked down by Bradshaw. He'll play it back ahead for Young. Young toward the line, finds the exit, a chance for a 3-on-3 as Crowley comes off of the bench. Here's Edwards working in. Edwards has it on the backhand, throws it out in front, and not connect. Jones trying to chase it down. Hartley stopped him up at neutral. That one off of the bench. And it will bring a whistle here with 19.8 seconds remaining in this third period. We may be destined for a little extra hockey. However, 19.8 seconds is an eternity, so let's not quite get there yet. Teams preparing to set out their top lines here. A bit of a change, though, for the Cougars. Is going to be Hilbert centering Crowley and McCollum. And we're going to get a quick little conference here. Not sure why. I don't know if the Riverkings made a late change that the refs didn't like. The Cougars engaged into with the ref right now. Well, we are headed to overtime. The Riverkings have been there a few times. A shootout win over the Florida Junior Blades. Lost to the Minnesota Mullets back on the 20th of October. The Mullets winning that one in overtime. Riverkings beating the Red River Mallards here in overtime on November the 10th. And most recently, last Friday, the 6-5 overtime win over the Minnesota Blue Hawks. On the other side, the Cougars have been to overtime once. Lost to the Red River Mallards 5-4. Riverkings looking to stop any kind of an overtime hope there, but they are stopped up inside the line as this one comes back over toward the near side. Evan Erdman in possession, gives back. Jurgens, long outlet pass ahead for Peterson with 1 second left. And we are going to play some extra hockey here tonight at Wood County Rec Center. Regulation over, ones on the board between the Cougars and the Riverkings. Most exciting 5 minutes in hockey coming up here, or less. Krieger to take on Heminger. And it is one back to Jurgens. Possession so important in these overtime. Here's Jurgens just walking in, takes the shot, the save is made, and it'll be held on to. Off of the blocker, into the glove. Clifford tested just 11 seconds into the extra session. Not a bad idea there by Jurgens at all. You see right out of the faceoff, just finds that open space and comes cruising in. Krieger off of the draw, wins it again, but this time it'll be taken by Crowley, and now he'll try to win the race on Jurgens, but he got cut off. Lost the handle on the puck too. Krieger steps into him. Puck's in his skates, and Jurgens takes it away. Pass goes behind Peterson. He'll pick it back up though. Heminger right there putting the pressure on. Jurgens looking to spin away. Now you have to be careful here with a forecheck because it could potentially be a 2-on-1 back the other way. Here's Krieger with Peterson breaking to the net. Mount just missed it. Krieger gets back to his own pass though. Able to pick it back up. Peterson going to go off on a change. Krieger trying to skate through. Knocked away nicely by Marcotte, who now has it back behind. Krieger cuts him off. He's been all over the ice here in this overtime session in the first 50 seconds or so. Now going off, Fleming on, Edwards on, as well as Jordan Steer. So now 1 forward and 2 defense out there for the Riverkings. Arnold across the line. Ricky Jones comes out. Marcotte still out. Here's Arnold with the move. Will pass back. Jones now winds up the shot. Save made. Rebound batted over toward the corner on the far side. Here's Edwards. Looking to find a little bit of space. Trying to pass it off. Pass was deflected, but Fleming will catch up to it first. Fleming picking it back up. Arnold fell just for a moment. Got back up and now he'll race with Steer. Steer able to turn the corner on him though. Got tied up. Still has it. Tries to turn back in. Steer with it at the side of the net. Ends up getting batted away. Now a pass back ahead. Here comes Arnold. One-on-one with Fleming. Arnold across the line. Trying to tip around. Gets a backhand in. Didn't get a lot on it. Bradshaw will just cover. 3:20 left here in the overtime period. Both teams going to continue to go deep into the benches here. Stevenson and E now out. That's a lot of speed and skill up front with Chase McKenzie on the back end. Hilbert, McCollum, and Lepak. So again, 3 forwards out for the Cougars. McKenzie with that all-important possession. You don't want to turn it over back behind though, as McKenzie does end up with the puck again. Man-to-man defense. So we see the pass back ahead now for E. He'll try to beat Lepak to the corner, and he does. Here comes Timo E. Turning to the corner with a shot. That one over the top of the net and out of play. E trying to sneak it in on the glove hand side up top. Missed the target. That's what you see there with a little bit of speed. So overtime, you get the extra ice. Just took a step, and Timo E was able to walk in. Riverkings will leave that tandem up front, but now swapping Jurgens. You see the Cougars going with the 3 forwards that started off this overtime period. Stevenson off of the faceoff one, gives back to Jurgens. Fumbled it a bit, tries the pass in front, ends up getting intercepted by Heminger. Now Heminger trying to get around Jurgens. Good job by him to cut off Heminger. Otherwise, Markete and Crowley were going in back behind. Jurgens with it again. A backhanded pass ahead. Finds Stevenson, falls down, trying to pass it off. Ends up just turning it over to Crowley. Pass back ahead, Heminger, and he's got Markete with. Heminger feeding it back. Nice play by Jurgens, but loose in front, and that one knocked away. Good job by Timo E coming back. Here comes Stevenson across the line. As Jurgens trailing, feeds it back that way. Jurgens working in with a shot. He scores! The Latvian with the overtime winner. And the Riverkings take the extra point with 2:19 remaining in the extra session.